Okay. You're welcome. And what you are doing this for this stream. This is an explosion that's occurred this morning, and it was reported by many on various tabloids. And this is it. So what I'm going to do is going to read for you for the first what happened before I will show you some of the videos as well. So 2 dead and others missing after fire and explosion at a Pennsylvania nursing home. 2 people are dead and others are missing after a fire and explosion into a nursing home on outskirts of Philadelphia. Spurring local responders, bystanders, and staff to rush the elderly population to safety, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro said 5 people may be missing. Fire Chief Kevin DePaola said, but officials emphasized the number is preliminary. The number injured is also not immediately clear as patients were taken to multiple hospitals. The cause of the explosion remains under investigation, but officials preliminarily believe it was a gas leak. Crew from PECO, the local utility company, responded to the reports of gas odor in the facility shortly after 2 p.m., the company said. So that is it. So what I will do currently is just go straight to our reporters from CBS for them to give us how they reported the incident as well.
Rocks a nursing home to collapse. Good evening, I'm Don Bell.
And I'm Siafa Lewis. Yuki Washington has the night off. The explosion at the nursing home caused injuries as firefighters rushed to battle flames from the ensuing fire. This breaking story continues to unfold at the Silver Lake Nursing Home on Tower Road in Bristol. It's very close to Lower Bucks Hospital. CBS News Philadelphia's Ross DeMattei is at the scene with the very latest. Ross.
Guys, there are still dozens of emergency responders, emergency personnel here on scene. It's a little unclear, though, what exactly the goal is at this point. The last update we got was that this was a search and rescue operation, considering that there was a significant explosion and then this building collapsed. This is the nursing home behind me. And you can see we've moved a little bit just to give you a better perspective at this hour. You can still see smoke smoldering from where this explosion and collapse happened. Again, this is at the Silver Lake Nursing Home in Bristol Township. We did get confirmation from a PECO spokesperson that they responded to reports of a gas odor here at the Silver Lake Nursing Home, and while their crews were on site, this was a little after 2 p.m. An explosion occurred here at the facility. PECO tells us that their crews immediately shut off natural gas and electric service to the facility to ensure the safety of first responders and local residents. And this is the same kind of story we've been hearing from countless neighbors who are living in this area and told us that some of them live blocks away, some as far away as a mile, telling us that they felt and heard this explosion. That's how powerful it was. So a lot of them came running here, and I believe you're looking at some cell phone video of the immediate aftermath of that first significant explosion. We were told by some of the neighbors that they saw residents of the nursing home coming out. Some were able to walk on their own. Some were in wheelchairs. Some were taken out on bed sheets. Some of them did have significant injuries, we were told, but some heroism buried beneath some of the negative headlines associated with the story, and that is that these neighbors immediately sprung into action and were being directed by some of the emergency personnel here on site to take some of these nursing home residents to the nearby hospital, and they immediately obliged, jumping in to help in any way that they possibly can. At this hour, I will tell you that still a massive response in terms of the first responders, some coming from as far away as Philadelphia to help out. They basically have the entire nursing home surrounded. So from our vantage point, there's a lot of emergency vehicles blocking our view, but we have not seen any of the large machinery, none of the major fire trucks with the large ladders that were overhead earlier. Those firefighters have all come down. They've vacated their posts. None of the backhoes are currently working on removing any of this debris. So even though we were told this is an active search and rescue situation, we're not seeing any active searching and rescuing happening, but that may just be from our vantage point. Again, there's a lot of building that we cannot see from where we're standing. Guys, back to you.
My house, and all of a sudden I hear this explosion. The house shook a little bit. I'm like, what was that? So I open my door, I look out, this big white cloud was coming by this hospital here. Okay, so I walk down here, and here as you can see, the building is blown up or whatever. And someone said it was a gas leak. So, but behind it is a nursing home. And you see all the windows are blown out. So the fire trucks and the cops and the ambulances came, pulled people out. There must have been about 7 or 8 people they pulled out. And then about 40 minutes later, the building erupted in flames. And a big black cloud came and whatever, and then they put that out, took that a while, and that's where we're at now. So
based on what I've heard from residents like that gentleman, there was an initial explosion. That's what got the attention of basically the entire surrounding neighborhood. And then a lot of those neighbors came here. They saw some of the people who had been injured in that explosion. And that's when they say that they saw some flames. And that second, somewhat smaller explosion, but followed by a giant plume of black smoke. So that's kind of the story we've heard from a lot of the residents. Again, we don't have an exact number of injured or potential deaths associated with this explosion and collapse. But at this hour, we're told it is still a search and rescue mission. We just haven't seen too many people going into the wreckage to try and save anyone, at least from our vantage point. Guys, back to you.
Ross, thank you very much. Ross, of course, at one vantage point. Nikki Dementri is also in Bristol at a different vantage point. She also spoke to some residents and learned what they are saying about this explosion. Nikki.
Siafa, first I want to say if you are looking for someone after this explosion, I just spoke with a police officer, Truman High School, that's nearby in Levittown. That's going to be the reunification center right now. So if you're looking for someone, you're looking for information or any help at all, you are being asked right now to go to Truman High School. I wanted to make sure we got that out there first. You just heard Ross talk about how things just stopped here for a moment. We don't see those excavators moving right now. We do see a little bit of movement on where we're standing. We're on the other side of this nursing home on Winder and Fayette, again in the middle of a neighborhood. About 5-10 minutes ago, we did see a dog go in with someone that looked like they were a part of search and rescue. We're not sure exactly what's going on as far as media staging and when we are supposed to hear any official word from officials on camera. That's still to be determined right now. Siafa, you talked about how I was speaking with neighbors, and I just spoke with one, Gertrude. She lives literally right behind. She showed me in her backyard. You could see the nursing home, a clear shot from where her backyard is. She said after 2, her house shook. She thought her house was the one that blew up. It was that nursing home behind. I want you to also take a listen to 2 sisters we talked to. They live about half a block away. This is what they said happened this afternoon. You guys run outside. What do you see?
What the thing collapsed?
Yeah. You see the fire?
It's crazy.
Walk me through. Describe for me really what you guys saw. You ran straight for it?
I mean, I seen people that was like our neighbors coming out saying like, oh my God. And I came out, called my mom. I was like, Mom, like something happened over there. And she was like, oh, what happened? I was like, the Silver Lake Nursing Center like blew up.
Yeah, a really scary situation for this entire neighborhood, and something we keep hearing time and time again. There is obviously never a good time for any of this to happen. 2 days before Christmas, people in this neighborhood are worried if there were families there visiting anybody. You have to think about all of that as this, again, an active scene continues. We're going to continue to keep you updated. But for now, live in Bristol, Nikki Dementri, sending it back to you.
That's some critical information, Nikki. I just want to repeat this. You said Truman High School is the reunification point in Levittown for obviously people trying to locate people from that from the nursing home. Is that right?
Yes, and we literally just heard, I know, literally as Ross was talking, I was speaking with an officer here on scene who did confirm to us Truman High School is going to be that reunification point right now. Again, if you are looking for someone, looking for answers, looking for help at all, that is where you're being asked to go at this moment.
Okay. And I could add that is about 3 miles, just under 3 miles north of where Nikki is, where the Bristol Health and Rehab Center is. It is on Mill Creek Road, which intersects at Green.
That was how it happened. So this is a nursing home for the elderly, and this sort of issue happened. This explosion happened, and from the reports, it seems to be a gas leakage, of which we don't know yet. So we wait to see if they would, after the investigation, that is when we will know whether it is a gas leakage or not. So what we will do next is go to the updates which was given by the governor himself, that is Shapiro, and also some of the police commanders around, so that we will be able to know what really happened.
By our police chief to share some additional words, and we'll do our best to answer some questions. But again, I want to stress, this is early, this information is preliminary, and I expect the dates this evening. Chief.
Thank you, Governor. This afternoon at 2:19, the explosion occurred. It is the facility is located directly across from one of our rescue squads, right next to the Lower Bucks Hospital, in close proximity to the fire department. When the explosion occurred, the radios lit up with reports of the explosion at the Silver Lake Nursing Home. Fire department responded quickly, was on scene within a couple of minutes. When we arrived, there was a major structural collapse with parts of the first floor into the basement with persons trapped. Fire department personnel immediately went into a rescue mode. They pulled many residents out of the building via windows, doors, stuck in stairwells, stuck in elevator shafts. Those who were outside the building already injured, and those that were being brought out by the fire department were handed off to the police officers, which came from every direction, and I believe every municipality around here, and were literally carrying the patients as we handed them off to them. They were carrying patients, and as the governor said, there was one police officer who literally threw two people over his shoulders and ran with people to help, to definitive health care. It was nothing short of extraordinary, the operation that was taking place. When we entered the collapse zone, we did rescue two people from the actual collapsed structure in the basement. We did have a heavy odor of gas at that time. We got everyone out that we could find, that we could see, and we exited the building. Within approximately 15 to 30 seconds of us exiting the building, knowing there was a heavy odor of natural gas around us, there was another explosion and fire. We kept the fire in check without giving up the source. The fire actually helped us identify where the leak was coming from in the basement, and we just prevented it from spreading into other parts of the building. Chief, turn it over to the Chief of Bristol Township Police Department, C.J. Winnick.
Thank you, Chief. As the governor said, this is an extreme tragedy that happened to a vulnerable portion of our community at a nursing home. We responded to these calls, and everything that we did was nothing short of heroic. These officers, firefighters, EMTs, nurses that came from the hospital, we called over docs. We went into that building with a structure that was still in the situation of collapse and gas odors. I'd like to thank everybody from the surrounding agencies that responded. We had Montgomery County, Philadelphia, and throughout Bucks County, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, squads, ambulances, and Lower Bucks Hospital, St. Mary's Hospital, Frankfurt Torresdale, area Torresdale Hospital, took in patients from this disaster. And I'd like to thank all those people for their participation in this tragic event.
One additional comment. The township declared a disaster emergency shortly into this incident so that we could bring in the additional resources such as Philadelphia Rescue 1 and PA Task Force 1 for their specialized equipment to assist us in stabilizing the building and being able to search through the rubble, lift concrete. We also have heavy machinery here from some of our area contractors that are helping us move the heavy debris from the pile so that we can continue digging into the pile.
Thank you. Bob Harvey, Chair of the Bucks County Board of Commissioners. I want to also recognize two of our state representatives, Tina Davis and Jim Prokopiak, our State Senator Steve Sinicero. Bristol Township Council President Craig Bowen is here. Bristol Borough Council President Ralph Giuseppe is here. Congressman Fitzpatrick. George Wilson from Bucks County Emergency Management. When the calls came in, the Bucks County Emergency Operations Center was activated and fielded calls from all over the region, including from Burlington County and Mercer County, offering assistance of any kind. We deeply appreciate all of those offers, and we, as you heard, can't add much more to what you already were told about the heroism, the swift action of all the first responders here, and to the hospital staff here, who really took the lion's share of the residents, from this facility to make sure they were safe. Reunification with families is ongoing. It is a process that we're working on. We thank Bristol Township School District for offering Truman High School for family members who are searching for who had residents or family members here as residents. We're asking that you go to Truman High School. The reunification process will happen that way. We want to make sure that we have people identified here and that they're safe, and then we can reach out and contact family and have them, be reunited. So,
thank you, Commissioner. As I said, a lot of this information is preliminary. We're happy to try and take a few general questions if you have any.
How many are missing?
We believe there's 5 unaccounted for, but they may have left the scene with family members.
Yeah, I want to stress that these numbers are in flux. It may be that someone was there and had left. It may be that someone thought that someone was there and had left. I want to be very careful with these numbers as to how many are missing. There'll be updates throughout the evening.
How many are injured?
The fire chief, do you have a ballpark estimate on the number of injuries that you have? I know the governor said something.
We don't know the total number of injuries because they've gone to so many different hospitals, but I will say that we are still in rescue mode until we know the building is clear.
And just while I have you here, what can you say about your firefighters and police officers and first responders?
Absolute heroics. And as I said, the police officers were coming from every direction in every municipality around here. I saw police officer patches from 2-3 municipalities away that were helping us out, get people from away from the building. So it was an absolute all team effort. It was outstanding. I can't say enough about all fire personnel, EMS, and the police department.
Do you have any preliminary cause?
We don't.
No cause.
Okay, thank you.
Just like for the rest of the night. So the recovery mode, is that still happening right now? Or is that specific?
We're still in rescue mode. We have not transitioned into a recovery mode. So we will continue on that path of rescuing and digging into the basement with the heavy machinery assisting us. And then there are fire and technical rescue personnel in the collapse right now digging by hand. Using sonar, we've used dogs down there to help us with our search. We are not ready to claim this as a recovery yet. We're still in rescue mode.
You said there was a second explosion. Were any first responders injured?
No.
Look,
Do you have any idea how many people were there today when it happened, approximately?
We're not sure of the total count of how many people they had in the building. We're relying on them to tell us which patients are accounted for, which we believe all the patients are accounted for that were residents here. There may be an employee that we're looking for, but even that's not confirmed.
What do you say about this community as a whole?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
What do you say about this community as a whole? We were residents and trying to step in and help as soon as we heard and saw what happened.
The nearby residents were outstanding. We had residents coming out of their houses offering to help us. And then, there came a time when their safety was being compromised because we had the next explosion.
Look, I think this is the Pennsylvania way. Neighbors helping neighbors in a moment of need. You saw that here in Bristol. You saw that here in Bucks County. This is how we do this. I would just ask all Pennsylvanians to join Lori and I in prayer for this community, for those who are still missing, for those who are injured, and for those families who are about to celebrate Christmas with an empty chair at their table. There'll be further updates this evening. I again want to thank the chief, both chiefs, and all of the leadership here in Bucks County. They're doing an extraordinary job in a really, really difficult situation.
Thank you. Tell us, 2 people who died, are they rescuers?
So that was the end of the press conference from Governor Shapiro, and also the police commander and also the fire commanders around. And what we know that was in the afternoon was that 2 people were dead and so many people were injured. So I know tomorrow there will be an update on it, and definitely we will be here to bring you those updates as well. So this explosion happened in Pennsylvania. So we wait to see. This place is a nursing home, and the belief was that it was a gas leak, but we don't know. The investigations are still ongoing. So we wait to see what officials will come up with. As the governor said, these numbers are not that accurate. So we are, after the investigation has it's been done, that is when we will know that we have maybe 5 or 2 people dead. So we wait to see tomorrow. We pray that these victims who are injured get recovered so early, so they will come up and also fight for themselves as well. So this is where we end our show. These are some of the updates that happened, this major updates. There is another one, but we will not be able to bring that one to you as well. So this is where we end our section or our program this evening. And make sure you are liking it, you are sharing it as well, and subscribing. Thank you very much for doing the listening. My name is Wale Yeboah. Catch you very soon, maybe tomorrow, maybe Thursday. But hey, no matter what the news comes up, we will be here to bring you the news. Yeah, thank you. See you very soon. Bye. And Merry Christmas as well.